Last year, I crossed a milestone that I had been chasing for years. I reached a net worth of over $100,000 at 24 years old. And before anyone thinks this is one of those videos where I tell you how successful I am, that's not what this is. Because honestly, when I finally got there, I didn't feel the way I thought I would. For years, I tracked my progress. Every so often, I'd pull up my checking account, my savings account, my investment accounts, and add them all up. I knew exactly where I stood. I knew how much further I had to go. And eventually one day I added everything up and realized I had crossed six figures. I remember looking at the number and thinking, wow, I actually did it. Because if you told 18-year-old me that I'd have a net worth of over 100,000 by 24, probably wouldn't have believed you. At 18 years old, I had basically nothing. A couple $100s to my name. At 20, maybe a few thousand. By 22, I had built it up to over $50,000. And eventually I crossed over 100,000. And for a little while, it felt great. But then something happened that I wasn't expecting. Life just continued. I still woke up as the same person. I still had the same insecurities. Still felt lost about certain parts of my future. Still felt like I hadn't figured it out. The goal that had occupied my mind for years was suddenly complete. Now I needed another reason to get out of bed. It's a weird feeling, man. Because we're taught that money solves everything. And don't get me wrong, having money absolutely reduces stress. I'm grateful for every dollar I've saved and invested. I know that a lot of people are struggling financially right now. Times are tough, but money and fulfillment aren't the same thing. I learned that firsthand. Looking back, I think the reason I was able to build that net worth wasn't because I'm some investing genius, not some guru. I was fortunate enough to be able to live with my parents while I worked, which helped keep my expenses low. Living in New York is expensive, and having that support gave me the opportunity to save and invest much more than I otherwise could have on my own. I worked in healthcare. The money I made, I invested it consistently. I contributed to some retirement accounts, spent less than I earned, and most importantly, I gave it time. There wasn't some secret, there wasn't a magic stock. There wasn't a lottery ticket. It was years of doing boring things just over and over again. The funny thing is that while I was good at building wealth, I slowly stopped building other parts of my life. A few years ago, I was in the gym every day. I was eating better. I was making music. I had goals I was actively chasing. Today, I have more money than I've ever had. But in some ways, I feel less accomplished. Not because of the money, because I know I'm capable of much more. That's probably the hardest lesson I've learned so far. There are goals that look amazing from a distance, and then when you finally reach them, you realize they were never supposed to be the final destination. They were just checkpoints. $100,000 wasn't the finish line. It was proof that I could commit to something long enough to make it happen. And if I'm being honest, that's the reason I'm making this whole video. This isn't just a finance video. It's a video about where I'm at right now. 24 years old. I don't have everything figured out. I still waste time. I procrastinate. I still have goals I've been talking about for years that I haven't even started yet. But I also know something now that I didn't know when I was younger. If I can build six figures from almost nothing, I can build other things too. Maybe that's a business. Maybe a YouTube channel. Maybe it's becoming the person I know I'm capable of becoming. I don't know exactly where this channel is going yet, but this is me finally starting. And if you're watching this and you're chasing your own goal right now, whether it's your first $1,000, your first 100,000, or something that has nothing to do with money at all, don't make the mistake of thinking one achievement is going to solve your life. It won't. But it can prove to you that you're capable of more than you think. For me, that's what $100,000 really meant. Not freedom, not success, proof.